Something out there is breaking every rule of cosmic logic. The interstellar object 3, I/ATLAS, isn't just glowing. It's emitting a refined metal alloy, the kind only made in human factories. Telescopes from Hubble to James Webb are baffled, detecting chemical fingerprints that simply shouldn't exist in nature. So, what exactly is 3I/ATLAS? A bizarre natural relic, or proof of something far more intentional? Let's dive right in. At first, astronomers believed 3I/ATLAS was just another frozen traveler, a comet from deep space, nothing special. But that belief didn't last long. When the first spectroscopy results arrived, scientists saw something they couldn't explain. Instead of simple molecules like water vapor or dust, Atlas was releasing nickel tetracarbonyl, a compound humans only create in controlled laboratories and aerospace factories. That single discovery changed everything, because as far as science knows, no natural process in the universe produces refined metal alloys like this. Not in comets, not in asteroids, not anywhere. So the question became impossible to ignore. What exactly is 3I/ATLAS? And how can it do something that shouldn't be possible? The first detection came in July 2025. Astronomers noticed that Atlas wasn't following a normal orbital curve. It was on a hyperbolic path, moving too fast to be bound by the sun's gravity. Then came the shock. Observatories around the world began confirming that the object was emitting 4 grams of nickel per second, but no iron at all. That's a red flag. In every known comet, nickel and iron are like twins, forged together in stellar explosions, locked in balance, evaporating side by side. To find one without the other goes against everything we understand about cosmic chemistry. So, if Atlas isn't behaving like a comet, could it be something else? The deeper astronomers looked, the stranger it became. Instead of the long, glowing tail typical of comets, ATLAS displayed a narrow jet aimed directly toward the sun. At first, many assumed it was just an illusion, a trick of perspective. But that theory collapsed when the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, observing from a completely different angle, confirmed the same thing. The jet was real, and it was pointing sunward. That shouldn't happen. Solar radiation always pushes gas and dust away from the sun. Yet Atlas is doing the opposite, ejecting material against solar pressure. It's like watching smoke fall downward instead of rising. Something, somehow, is forcing this comet to defy physics. Then came the chemistry twist. Atlas's jet wasn't just unusual in direction, its composition was bizarre too. The mix of gases contained carbon dioxide and water vapor, which is normal but in a wildly unbalanced ratio, 8 parts CO2 for every 1 part H2O. That's almost unheard of. It means Atlas is dominated by volatile materials that don't normally survive close to a star. And when scientists analyzed how its surface reflected light, they found something even stranger: extreme negative polarization. In plain English, the way its dust particles scatter light is totally different from any known comet. It suggests the surface is compact, metallic, and possibly coated with something artificial. So now there were 2 impossible things: a comet that releases refined alloy and points its jet at the sun. But just as researchers were preparing for a closer look, the story took a real-world turn. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter had captured high-resolution images of Atlas during its pass, photos that could finally reveal its structure and confirm whether it really had a metallic surface. And then, the release was delayed. The reason? The U.S. government shutdown. Officially, it was just administrative, but many in the scientific community couldn't help noticing the timing. When an object starts behaving like a possible machine from another star system, and the most important data suddenly goes dark, people start asking questions. Could those images show something too strange to release without review? Or is this just coincidence amplified by human curiosity? Either way, it added a layer of tension that science alone couldn't ignore. Inside research circles, the debate split fast. One camp, made up of cautious astrophysicists, insists ATLAS must be natural, just formed under very exotic conditions. They propose it originated near a CO2 ice line in its home star system, where iron condensed differently or remained locked in silicate bonds while nickel separated out over millions of years. Under that theory, solar heating could cause the nickel to vent in carbonyl form, producing the strange alloy emission we see today. It's complex, but at least it keeps the laws of nature intact. The other camp, led by Harvard's Avi Loeb, says that explanation doesn't fit the evidence. The precision of Atlas's trajectory, the industrial nature of its emissions, and the reversed jet alignment, all together, suggest something more deliberate. He doesn't claim it's alien. He simply says it behaves like technology, a possible techno-signature. That idea instantly reignited the same global debate that started with Oumuamua back in 2017. Could interstellar objects actually be fragments or relics of something engineered? Something once built to travel between stars? It's a thrilling idea, but also a dangerous one for scientists to say out loud. Because if you're wrong, your credibility vanishes. And if you're right, the world changes overnight. So Loeb is careful. His position is not belief, it's curiosity. He reminds the public, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. That's why laboratories on Earth are now testing whether nickel tetracarbonyl can form under cosmic radiation and vacuum conditions, trying to reproduce Atlas's chemistry in a controlled environment. If they can, the mystery ends. If they can't, the implications are extraordinary. But even without jumping to conclusions, ATLAS is already rewriting the textbooks. Think about it. Every interstellar object we've ever seen has broken a rule. Oumuamua accelerated without a visible tail. Borisov looked like a typical comet, but behaved oddly stable. And now Atlas, metallic, chemically alien, and dynamically unpredictable. 3 visitors, 3 anomalies. That's not coincidence anymore. That's a pattern. It suggests our galaxy is full of objects that formed in environments completely unlike our own, each carrying chemical fingerprints from distant worlds. Some are icy, some rocky, and maybe, just maybe, some are technological. Still, the key lies in the details. Nickel tetracarbonyl isn't just strange, it's unstable. It breaks apart easily under heat, radiation, or collision. For it to exist in measurable quantities, ATLAS must be maintaining precisely balanced conditions, a tight temperature and pressure range that prevents decomposition. That's incredibly difficult to sustain naturally in open space, unless, of course, it's being regulated. And the Sun-War jet, that's another mystery entirely. To push gas and dust toward the sun, something must be reversing normal solar dynamics. Magnetic interference? Electrostatic propulsion? Or could the jet itself be part of a mechanism designed to stabilize or guide the object during flight? If that's the case, ATLAS isn't a comet. It's an artifact, something once built with purpose, now wandering through our solar system by accident or design. Naturally, most scientists reject that idea outright. NASA and ESA teams urge caution, reminding us that nature often mimics design. But even they admit, we've never seen anything quite like this. That's why Atlas fascinates everyone, not because it proves alien technology, But because it forces us to confront what we don't know, it reminds us that space still holds chemistry, physics, and possibilities beyond our models. And perhaps that's the real significance here. Atlas might not be evidence of extraterrestrial engineering, but it is evidence that our understanding of the universe is still young. Every anomaly, every unexplained signal pushes us to expand the limits of what we call natural. And this object, silent, distant, yet impossibly complex, is the latest messenger in that ongoing challenge. Looking ahead, the scientific race is intensifying. The high-rise camera's delayed images are expected to reveal Atlas's surface composition, jet origin, and structure once released. James Webb continues to scan its spectral emissions, searching for any pattern that could confirm or rule out artificial chemistry, and the Vera Rubin Observatory will soon start detecting many more interstellar visitors, each one potentially another puzzle piece in this growing mystery. Because if Atlas's nickel-iron imbalance holds true, we may need to rewrite how we think stars form, how metals distribute, and how matter evolves across different systems. This isn't just a comet story anymore. It's a story about how life, intelligent or not, leaves chemical signatures behind. And if even one of those signatures turns out to be intentional, then everything we know about our place in the universe changes forever. Whatever 3I/ATLAS turns out to be, a rare natural phenomenon or evidence of something engineered, one truth is clear. It's expanding the limits of human understanding. This discovery reminds us that the universe still holds mysteries powerful enough to challenge everything we think we know. What's your take? Is Atlas just an exotic comet, or could it be a trace of advanced technology? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective matters. If you found this story valuable, like this video, subscribe to Galactic Breaking News, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next deep space update. Because at Galactic Breaking News, we don't just report space discoveries. We help you understand why they matter.